funny thing about Up is that despite the fact it is literally about an old man attaching balloons to his house and flying away, somehow Pixar made it so that the most memorable part of the film was that this old man's wife, Ellie, died at the start. Like, how did they manage to make a film about balloons and flying houses so sad? But yeah, you surely already know that Up has the saddest opening to any film ever. And you probably want me to tell you something that you don't know before you click off. So yeah, that's where this video comes in. I believe that Riley from Inside Out and Ellie from Up are related. Hello there, how are you doing? So yeah, let's get the ball rolling. Here's a memory Riley had from when she was just a toddler. Yes, sorry, I forgot to explain what you were looking out for. If you look in the top right corner of this memory, on the table, there is a photo of Ellie. The connection between Riley and Ellie has been made. Like, on a real, Pixar need to make this harder. Like, they are literally just handing me proof that they might be related. Like, why else would the Andersens have a photo of her in their house? Wait, maybe she's just a friend. Okay, I guess there is the argument that she's just a close friend of Riley's parents, or that she's just a family friend or something. But I personally believe that it makes a lot more sense to believe she's family, simply just because of the age difference. Like, the photo they have of Ellie in the Andersen house proves that Ellie is old while the Andersens are young. I want to find the actual age difference, but it doesn't say anywhere on the internet how old Ellie was when she died. The closest thing I can find is that on IMDb it says that Carl was 78 during the events of the film. So I'm gonna say she died in her 70s. And in the meantime, the Andersens, who are, again, it doesn't say on the internet how old they are. Why can't Pixar just say how old these characters are? It would make these videos so much easier. Anyway, I'm going to place a guess, and since at the time they have like a 2-year-old child, I'm going to say they're in their late 20s, early 30s. Which proves something that was never really up for debate, that the Andersens are clearly much younger than Ellie and Carl. Like, 40 years younger. And that's a huge age difference, which makes me think that it's more likely they're family than close friends. Which opens up the question, how are the Andersens related to Ellie? Since, of course, the film makes it very clear she can't have children, which means that Riley can't be directly related to Ellie, but all the evidence still points to the fact that they're from the same family. And to the benefit of this theory, we actually get to see Ellie's rowdy family, which means that the chances are that someone in this clip of Ellie's family are also Riley's ancestors. And I have a good idea on who it might be, so, you know, place your guesses now and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. So first things first, I don't think that Riley is a distant relation to Ellie. They have a photo of her in their house, which shows that they're relatively close. And since Ellie was unable to have kids, the closest relation she can possibly have to Riley is to be her great aunt. Or to put it more simply, Riley's dad's mum's sister. Sorry, that was meant to be the simple explanation. I'm sorry, I'm just not very good at explaining things. Someone remind me how I got to be a successful theorist on here again? Well, I guess it helps that my theories get confirmed from time to time. Like, you know how Nicholas Flamel's going to be in Fantastic Beasts 2? I called that 7 months before it was announced. But if you follow me on Twitter, which you should, you probably already know that, because I had like a mini breakdown when it was announced that Nicholas Flamel would be in Fantastic Beasts 2. Anyway, I've just gone way off topic. I was talking about why Ellie is Riley's great aunt, and just let me take it slow. If you don't know what a great aunt is, it's basically your relationship with your parents' aunt. Meaning that Ellie is the aunt of one of Riley's parents. And my theory is Riley's dad, whose name is Bill Andersen, I'm gonna call him Bill from now because he's actually quite important to this theory, is Ellie's sister's son. So Ellie's his aunt. Yeah, let's return to the clip of the family and I'll explain why. If we watch this scene slowly and ignore the guy in the middle over there who for some reason has just shot a gun inside a wedding chat, I want you to focus on the front row. Now, typically at a wedding, your closest family sits in the front row, so I'm going to take you through who they probably are. Firstly, on the right seems to be Ellie's mother, and then on the left looks like it's Ellie's father. To the right of him is what I've assumed to be Ellie's little sister. And then to the right of her seems to be another one of Ellie's sisters, and seemingly what appears to be her boyfriend. Now, it's this sister I want you to focus on. I believe it is this sister who will end up being Bill's mother. She is quite clearly younger than Ellie, and Ellie seems to be the eldest of 3. Now, this is up for debate, but I believe that she's in her early 20s and maybe up to 5 years younger than Ellie. She's also quite clearly in a very close relationship. So to predict that she may get married in the nearest future, you know, maybe like the next few years, isn't too much of a stretch. Unfortunately, of course, we can't tell if she has a wedding ring on her left hand since it's wrapped around her partner's waist. However, whether or not they're engaged is not important. The fact that they're in a close relationship is good enough reason to believe that there is a possibility that they may get married in the future and may even have a child. I may even call this child William. Or, you know, for short, Bill. Andersen. And if you're still not sold, in terms of age, it fits up perfectly. I've already said that Bill is presumably about 40 years younger than Ellie, and that her sister is over 5 years younger than her. Which means that it all lines up for Ellie's sister to have had Bill in her late to mid-30s, which is a very normal age to have kids. And some of you who may be thinking that this is a little late on in their life since they met so young, let's not forget that he may not be their first child. So yeah, I think it all fits really well. I'm kind of surprised how well this works. Like, I am sold right now that this couple right here are Riley's grandparents. And we haven't even got on to appearance yet. And yes, you guessed it, his appearance fits the bill. That is comedic genius right there. Take notes, kids. Both of Ellie's sisters have dark hair, which is a dominant gene, meaning it's like a common gene to be passed down the family. So Bill here having dark hair fits perfectly. He also has dark brown eyes, as seemingly does the rest of the family. Except Ellie, who for some reason has red hair and green eyes. But trust me, according to basic genetics, Ellie is the odd one out here, not Bill. And finally, Ellie's father and Bill's grandfather has a moustache. And facial hair is genetic. So the fact that Bill's grandfather can grow a moustache increases his chance of being able to grow one. And boy, he does have a moustache. Like, there is literally a BuzzFeed article about how hot Riley's dad is, and that article is the weirdest thing I've ever read. But then again, I hear you. Doesn't Riley's mum also technically fit all this criteria? And yes, for the most part, she does. But there is one thing that sets Bill aside and makes me think that he is the more likely candidate to be a part of this family. And that is that he has the personality of this family. Sorry, what? Okay, I'll admit. To say two people are related due to personality is a weird statement. Because, you know, for the most part, I think we develop our personalities on our own. But I also definitely think that some personality traits appear to have genetic basis. And this isn't just me nerding out on you and using big words so you think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to science. I literally just googled, do you get your personality from your parents? And that's what came up. Some personality traits appear to have a genetic basis. And this is where things get really interesting. Because in Inside Out, we actually get to go inside the heads of the characters and can see what kind of personality they have through their islands of personality. The whole film is about Riley, and we get an insight into Riley's islands of personality. And one of these islands of personality is a goofball island.
Come back here, you little monkey!
I just want to point out, it's her dad she's playing with in this memory. And it's also her dad who tries to trigger Goofball Island later in the film after he angrily sends her to bed. So wait, do you think that Riley got this goofy personality and this Goofball Island from her goofy dad, who also has a Goofball Island himself? And this is where it all ties into Ellie's family from Up. Because if I've ever seen a family showing traits of having a Goofball Island, this is that family. And Bill and Riley fit into this excitable, rowdy family almost too well. So is it possible that Riley got her Goofball Island from her ancestors in Ellie's family from Up? Wow, I bet you weren't expecting to learn that when you clicked on this video. But I think you'll find that my videos are full of surprises, which is why you should subscribe. Damn, that was a good plug. And yeah, that's about it. Bill owns a photo of Ellie. Why? Because she's his aunt. This can be proven through the fact that Ellie has a sibling who is in a relationship and is the right age to have Bill. Bill has the genetic makeup to be the child of this couple. And finally, he has the personality that would come with a child from this couple. Tell me you aren't convinced. Like, seriously, tell me. Go on. I honestly think this is one of my best ever theories. And if you agree with me and enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like. And let's try and get this video to 10,000 likes. Is that too ambitious? I don't know, really. If you enjoyed this video and want to watch another one, the most popular video on my channel at the moment is also about Riley and how she might actually go to Boo's school. So you can click that by watching here. Watch that by clicking here. I'm so sorry. Just make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I'm trying to get to 10,000 followers on Twitter, so can you just do me a favor and follow me? And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.